Hey Grizzly. Abby, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. Just getting some reactions in.
I've been in and out of therapy.
I'm just getting some reactions in, man. And that's really it. That is really it.
The answer to the title of the video is this.
Gun to the back of your head, name 5 DDG songs.
I'm geeking. I'm geeking featuring Lil Tyler. I'm geeking featuring Annalie Chopper and Bia. I'm geeking Slow Down and I'm geeking Sped Up. I'm alive.
Are y'all what y'all talking about, bro? You're literally you're dead on God.
Halle Bailey's boyfriend, DDG, says he wasn't aware of racism.
Gotta break up with him. Gotta do it.
DDG, you might have all this material, but you broke spiritually, man.
Damn.
Now stop! Now do you know what I'm about to do to you?
Oh my God, I hate this bitch.
DDG got her D whooped, honey. She's so blinded. She want love so damn bad. She's accepting anything. When I tell you the bar is set hella low. You know what I want to know? Where her daddy at? Haley Bailey, where your daddy
Let her worry
at?
about where her
Y'all don't
daddy
even
at.
know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know.
The level of hate DDG has been getting for the
Yeah,
past
thanks.
couple of months has reached an all-time high. On Twitter, DDG is seen as the worst man on the planet because he is quote-unquote ruining Halle's reputation as the boyfriend, and the other side of Twitter users think he sucks as a musician. Comments on the Shade Room despise this man, and many think DDG is using Halle for clout. Which leads to the question, does he
Ruby
deserve the
made
hate he's
DDG
getting?
relevant.
We'll dive deeper
Okay.
into those situations to answer that question later on in the
Yeah, they
video.
going so
On the
far.
internet,
It's
it's not uncommon for celebrities to
kid,
get
you know what
hate.
I'm
It's been
saying?
going on ever since the early days of
That's why I
social
hop
media.
on here.
So quickly, who is DDG? A YouTuber slash streamer slash rapper. Watch this video I made on him for a more in-depth look into his story. Best documentary on DDG on the internet, if I must say for myself. No glaze. Alright, to
No
understand the
glaze.
quote-unquote hate DDG is getting, one needs to understand the
to follow.
context of it. So let's go through the most popular altercations DDG was involved in because this all ties into why he's hated, or why he's becoming hated. Actually, let's timeline through this to make it easier. But before we do so, you have to know one thing about DDG. DDG is the embodiment of an internet troll. If he gets into beef with anyone, he will milk it for however long until he benefits from it. He will make a 30-minute vlog out of it with 10 to 30 ads. So even if he's losing, he's actually winning. He will throw subliminal tweets at you, and he will go as far as to make a song out of you too. Let's look at the situation between Lil Yachty and DDG. Lil Yachty at this time was on top of the rap scene, still is. He had hits like One Night, Minnesota, and the feel-good club banger, Broccoli. In 2017, Yachty hopped on Tay-K's The Race instrumental, and in the song, he said this.
SKT, DDG, that's always.
Which he was talking about his
But
gang from high school.
SKT.
But SKT DDG so happened to have DDG in it, which kinda sounds like Yachty shouting him out. DDG,
Thanks.
knowing this, played dumb and posted this video saying Lil Yachty shouted him out. DDG probably thought nothing of this and more than likely just wanted to clickbait his fans like he usually did at the
Facts,
time.
facts,
But this was
facts.
different. A lot of his fans actually believed that Yachty shouted DDG out. After the video, his fans went to Yachty's social media and spammed thanking him for the DDG shoutout. This led to Yachty posting this message on Twitter. DDG knew Yachty wasn't shouting him out, so he kind of created a reason to consider dissing him. And with that tweet throwing a little shade on him, that's all he needed to go creative mode. He dropped the Big Boat diss track music video on August 22nd, 2017.
game.
The video went viral instantly, accumulating millions of
I can
views
like
in a
that,
short
that
amount of
shit.
time. Something he never saw before when it came to music. DDG gained some haters from this because why wouldn't he? I mean, at the time, DDG was known to be a clickbait trolling fiend and some people weren't having it. But the hate DDG got was nothing compared to the next situation. Look no further with the So Illuminati beef. Chances
I feel, man. My freaking arm hurt.
are you know who So Illuminati is. But if you don't know him, just know he was also a YouTuber who posted content that consisted of 2K vids, pranks, and reactions to various topics. Around 2018, the two were caught up in a beef. It started as petty shots as DDG said he didn't like him in a video. So Illuminati, being a guy who isn't known to ignore something like that, especially when it's coming from another famous content creator, responded with this caption on Instagram. The person he tagged was DDG's ex, Kennedy Simone. DDG also responded on Instagram, but it was to flex on So.
I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you.
From that point, the two would make
like you.
videos on each other, starting with So.
I don't know about y'all. I do the community. I don't do YouTube for the money like this. You know, I ain't throwing 30 ads on the video and all this different shit. Your time has come, man. Now, you are struggling right now with your YouTube channel, right? All DDG fans, y'all know he do this shit for the money, right? He try to motivate y'all all. You gotta get this money, you gotta get this bag, this is what I'm gonna put. Bro, it's clear as day DDG do this shit for the money, right?
DDG would later clap back with a response.
Of everybody. That's why you're never in any situation. You know what I'm saying, bro? And quit lying about your age. You're 25. You're 25 years old. You are a grown-ass man, bro. You're acting like a kid. I'm 20. I'm 20, bro. My nigga, you look up to me. Don't get it twisted. Nigga, mention.
Should I show him that?
Man, I didn't want you to do it. Not to mention, not only were you a fan, but your girl was a fan. I got it pulled up. Back in 2017 of December, your girl was mentioning me, DDG. Stop beating this woman too. You know she didn't want to leave me on scene. This how respectful talk to a girl. You know what I'm saying? I said I respect you and what you got going. You seem like a really sweet girl with a good ass heart. But whether y'all in a real relationship or not, that is embarrassing you. What you are, bro. You a for that. You can do way better and deserve way more. Stay up.
The two would release a couple more videos on each other after that, but the aftermath for DDG is something else. Since Soluminati has a very loyal fan base, this situation gained a lot of haters for DDG. Comment sections would regurgitate the points Soluminati said to him, such as being a soulless nigga, or the more famous saying, the situation would die down and it looked as if all was over, until DDG released his biggest song to date in 2020, Moonwalking in Calabasas with Blueface. In the song, he sneaked dissed Illuminati, claiming to do the nasty with his then girlfriend Ash. DDG used some wordplay when he uses Soluminati's nickname, So, to describe him being mediocre in bed. In fact, DDG did meet up with Ash and recorded and posted a video with them together on YouTube. Even went as far as using Soluminati's patented catchphrase, "That's tough," to clear any doubt on who he was referring to in the diss. But that's just another reason why DDG is hated on the internet. As we move through the timeline, we get to the Pretty Boy Fredo versus DDG situation. Now, the situation between Pretty Boy Fredo is still ongoing, but what started it is probably the craziest way to start a beef. Lo and behold, the infamous basketball game between the two. The rules were simple. Win the game, you get the right to claim you're the better player. The loser had to do a punishment. DDG won the first game and Fredo ignored the punishment and wanted a rematch. But this time, Fredo wanted it indoors, as if that was gonna change anything. This also wasn't planned, by the way. DDG won the second game, but in that game, it was very heated. Fredo, being the loser, started talking shit, and DDG wasn't having any of that. Fredo would defend himself shortly after the video was posted on DDG's channel, and DDG would obviously react to the video and call cap on everything Fredo said in attempts to defend himself.
I want you as my support. I don't want you with me, because that means you wasn't loyal from the start.
He doesn't care about you guys. You need to understand that shit. You're very, very salty. Very salty, because you got your ass beat and now niggas is seeing your true colors. Now you trying to come on here, make an 8-minute video. Oh, SHH, nobody gonna ruin my grind. Shut the up, nigga.
DDG by most people on the internet was seen as the guy in the right. Things died down a bit around 2020, until Fredo threw subliminal shots at DDG by posting these videos. What's so subliminal about these Smasher Pass videos, you may ask? Well, Fredo featured DDG's exes in the video, and it was by no mistake. Look at the over-exaggerated reaction from Fredo when seeing DDG's exes along with the begging.
Alright, man. Bye.
I'm begging you,
Have a good day.
Whoa.
Alright, thank you.
Chill, bro.
DDG was still seen as the guy in the right of this situation, but the more they entertained the beef, the more the reasonableness fell out the window, and it was now DDG squad versus SSH. DDG tweeted, "Little bro mental," in reaction to the video Fredo posted, and then all hell broke loose. It didn't matter who was right or wrong. Fredo would go live on Instagram later that day and basically talk shit about DDG and give him the nickname Scary Made DDG, which fans took it and ran away with it. Long story short, after the constant back and forth, Fredo would take it a step further and remix DDG's biggest song to date, Moonwalking in Calabasas. He made the music video in Pontiac, Michigan, even going the extra mile of shutting a bridge down in broad daylight.
DDG Pat for all my car, stuff a middle Lamborghini. Yeah, I'm around New York.
Well, that moment for Fredo didn't even last a week because the music video was copyrighted and taken down by DDG.
Facts.
No matter where
I mean,
your
as
song
it
takes
should. They using his beat, you feel me?
Oh, that's right, I gotta delete it. All of this paid the videographer, paid for his fat homies to fly to Detroit. Drove his fat homies all the way to Pontiac. jumped on top of the sign in the nice part of Pontiac.
Checkmate, dumb.
Mind you, this all started because of Fredo losing a basketball match and his ego couldn't handle it. The beef still goes on to this day as the two still talk about each other, but not in the same magnitude as before. As we skip to 2023, these two situations are arguably what got DDG the most heat, or why he is hated. So we are going to do the least extreme one first and save the most extreme one for last. Starting with the least extreme one, Bruce Drop 'Em Off versus Pontiac made DDG. This weird beef started with Bruce bringing Lucky, a rapper, onto his stream. Everything about this stream was cool and all around positive vibes, until Bruce read a comment from a fan wanting a DDG Lucky collab.
Lucky hopped on DDG track. Nah, I'm gonna save you from that one myself.
You W.
I fuck with DDG. I don't fuck with music. I'm just playing.
We need to know why he said what he said. I mean, after all, he could have chosen not to read it. The answer is that there is no reason. Bruce and DDG were kind of cool before then. They even played teams on Fortnite in January 2019. And I'm not even mentioning that Bruce gave props to DDG for saying that he could actually rap in an XXL Cypher reaction video.
I can respect DDG because he can actually rap. You know what I'm saying?
The comment that started it all was likely surface level, meaning it didn't really mean much. But DDG didn't take it too lightly as he responded on his stream saying this about Bruce.
What it is, man? What it is, man? What you mean?
It's not a joke. He probably said it's a joke after he seen his chat. Like,
Oh,
man,
right
that's
at him.
disrespect,
Okay.
bro. Like,
DDG obviously got a lot of backlash from DEO, which is Bruce's community. Memes would be made through Reddit and Twitter using Bruce's jokes about Name 5 DDG songs. They would eventually squash the beef in the DMs. It seemed like everything was cool. DDG was gonna troll a little bit more and get his clips, and it seemed like Bruce was okay with that, until Bruce tweeted, "Show your crowd" in Thailand. This meant that Bruce was implying that nobody showed up to DDG's set in Rolling Loud, Thailand. The beef sparked up once again, and it led to the DDG versus Bruce showdown on Discord, moderated by Kaisa Nat and Your Rage. Kaisa Nat and Your Rage tried to set up a cordial convo between DDG and Bruce, and maybe finally become friends. But here's the thing, Your Rage and Kaisa Nat likely knew it was going to turn out bad, since the beef is so fresh and both are known for their huge egos. It was gonna be a match made in hell. In hell it was. Let's set the scene. On April 28th, 2013, on a Saturday night, Bruce went live to celebrate his achievement of hitting 1 million subscribers. He celebrated by getting drunk off the Casamigos and whatever else was sitting at his crib. He was live for a couple of hours, and shortly after, DDG tweeted, "Quick stream, pull up." From there, the two would meet up on Discord, and off the rip, Bruce immediately starts trolling DDG, while DDG tried to keep it civil, but things quickly turned left.
These streaming niggas, I'm talking about real life. Like you talking about who? You know who? No, nigga that know where your studio at. Stop.
What are you gonna do? In LA, could you afford that crib in LA?
I can put when I move to LA when the tax is higher.
You're 5'8", nigga. I'm 6'1". The fight wouldn't even be able to be legal.
Height ain't got nothing to do with
Stop
fights.
talking.
I'm letting you know right now.
Let's
Okay,
keep
look.
it realistic here.
Bro, we can spar with cameras off. We can fight with cameras off, bro.
Listen,
Exactly.
I'm not. DDG, have you ever met me before, bro?
No, exactly.
Have I? Exactly. So how you know I'm a hoe?
Is you speaking on me to
How
begin
you know I'm a
with?
No
How
bet.
you know I'm a hoe?
I don't know you. I'm letting you know. I ain't know. I think that's what you thought.
I ain't gonna
Say, what's the song name again?
That's what you thought.
I don't know. I'm geeking. I'm geeking.
Near the end of the call, they kind of reconciled, and that would be that. But this situation doesn't even come close to the hate DDG got with the next and final topic that, in my opinion, is the most extreme hate DDG has gotten, ever. When DDG and Halle started dating in early 2022, social media, in general, was in shock. Not because of how happy they were together, but because of the differences between them, and how it's quote-unquote weird how Halle would match up with DDG and vice versa. You see, on the internet, Halle is seen as the picture-perfect good girl. She's seen as that due to a number of factors. She's widely admired for her musical abilities, grace, her acting skills, and her positive attitude, all of which have earned her a large following of fans and supporters. So when social media took note of who she was dating, it was a collective shock. Now, for people who have a good knowledge of DDG based on the internet, he's an introverted artist whose background is vlogging on YouTube. He moved out his family and all sorts of good things. But for the people not knowing, they see him as a ghetto immature rapper who is terrible with dating choices. In retrospect, many can argue that all the above is true. I'll explain that part later. One of the first controversial moments to come out of the relationship was the Martin Luther King Jr. joke. In a recent interview with the Bootleg Kev podcast, DDG was questioned about his relationship with Halle Bailey. The discussion also delved into the controversy surrounding Bailey's portrayal of the iconic character Ariel in Disney's live-action version of The Little Mermaid. This topic has generated widespread attention and criticism, with some fans expressing disappointment and outrage that the role did not go to a white actress, as in the original animated film. DDG offered his take on the situation during the podcast interview, but it was this interview where he made this comment and got major backlash.
I thought this shit was gone already. I thought Martin Luther King canceled that shit out.
It's crazy.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is these niggas talking about?
Oh my.
DDG was joking, but this moment would start the DDG hate train and give reason for people to go out of their way to write parasocial paragraphs on why Halle should split with DDG. Comedian Amanda Seales was one of the many critics to jump on DDG for what he said about the backlash directed at Halle Bailey. Seales went a step further and suggested that Bailey should consider ending her relationship with DDG in light of his remarks. It would get worse, as DDG would often give people a piece of his mind in the comment section for anybody that gives hate to DDG. In that That's kind of the reason users on social media continue to talk and say things about DDG, because they know he's going to react. When they started dating, mainly the Twitter community and other apps did whatever they could to find something against DDG that would break their relationship. They didn't really find anything until DDG posted this tweet saying all these girls the same, ain't no way, and then proceeded to unfollow Halle on Instagram and delete pictures with her. Halle would unfollow him as well. This obviously caused confusion on the internet, and many thought that Halle cheated on DDG. However, DDG shot down the rumors in a tweet that simply read, "The internet is so gullible." This was in fact a promotional tweet for his single Delilah's, but the damage was already done. Bailey's sister, Ski, also addressed the drama in an Instagram video, slamming DDG for insinuating that Halle had done something wrong.
Daryl, DDG, like, bro, what's wrong with you? Halle's not like the ones that you've been with. You will not treat her the way that you've treated these others. I don't give a freak if y'all had issues going on. That's what you won't do. You're not going to come to social media and try to put her on blast and insinuate or put out something to make it seem like she was doing something that she wasn't doing.
Ski posted an apology shortly after, claiming she had communicated with Halle and was told that there was nothing going on. But then on February 11th, 2023, as things kind of subsided, Ruby Rose, DDG's ex, apparently saw Bailey post a video of her wearing a shirt that looked like hers on an Instagram story. Rose then decided to hop on Twitter and tweeted, "Having your B word, wear my clothes is crazy, LOL." In a deleted follow-up tweet, she wrote, "I like Halle. DDG a weirdo though, for show." The situation worsened 24 hours after that tweet, when Rose posted alleged Twitter DMs from DDG following speculation that he and Halle had parted ways. That same day, DDG was live streaming on Twitch, reacting to some videos until he checked his phone and found out about that tweet in real time.
I hate this bitch. Oh my god, I hate this bitch. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. No, I can't. That's just a crazy narrative. I gotta say something. I can't just not say nothing.
Once DDG came upon Rose's tweets, the two began going back and forth exchanging heated tweets. In the comments of the Shade Room's post, he also alleged that the Twitter DM screenshot was
CGI, nobody is that demon. I rebuke in the name of Jesus.
CGI. Halle apparently jumped in at some point, writing in a now deleted tweet, "The devil is working. LOL, please don't feed into the lies, especially from a third party." Even DDG's older sister hopped on Instagram and added to the conversation and said she owes Rose an whooping for how she treated DDG's family.
I maximize all negativity. I just seen, even though like internally the whole situation is completely different than what it looked like online.
Yeah.
I'm just the type of nigga to troll and try to maximize every dollar. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get on stream, talk about it a little bit. Then after that, I'm gonna make a song. Like if y'all gonna hate on me at minimum, I gotta make money.
Many people wanted DDG to take accountability online and apologize for what he's allegedly done. I say allegedly because, you know, you never know. Maybe Halle did something bad that sparked a petty response from DDG by DMing Ruby. Maybe DDG took accountability in private. Again, who knows?
Right.
But as bad as it looked online, DDG isn't obligated to apologize in public because really it's none of our business. Even after those events took place, DDG has still gotten hate, mainly because he continues to troll. Like on April Fool's Day, he posted this tweet, and yeah, it wasn't pretty. Some users online who hate DDG are rather racist to say the least.
What?
Some users online who hate this tweet, and yeah, it wasn't pretty.
Let me see what they say. This had baby. I like this. April Fool's cause emo and trap.
Some users online who hate DDG are rather racist to say the least. Like this tweet calling DDG a monkey. Or when DDG went live with his friends, Gideon said this about Chloe Bailey's album.
Like her album flopped, so she's probably sad right now. I just want to like hit her up and be like, hey, I want to console her, you know?
Tripping, yeah, tripping.
DDG obviously got more hate, even though he defended. Her after what Gideon said, even when DDG is not trolling and asking a simple question. Like this, Twitter's gonna be Twitter, which is the #1 reason why you shouldn't use it. But man, at the same time, it can be argued that DDG brought this on himself and could have been avoided if he simply ignored it. What DDG did was invite people who already did not wish him well into his private space. DDG even made a burner account on Twitter to go off on anyone who criticized him. He didn't even try to hide it. Like, bro, you gonna make it that obvious? You're a valedictorian. Come on, you know better than that. But then again, it's hard sometimes to just ignore thousands of comments taking time out their day to wish nothing but hate on you every single day. And that's without mentioning that niggas are parasocial. From what they present, they think DDG is bad and Halle is good, with no actual knowledge of them IRL, and vice versa. History shows we don't know anything about these celebrities for real. DDG would have less haters if he let his music speak for itself. But then again, there is no fun in that, at least to DDG. To him, all publicity is good publicity.
But
even if that means coming off as insecure and gaining a few or thousands of haters along the way. He isn't going to stop being him, whether he is right or wrong. It's still gonna benefit to his favor.